gingerbread man I got. He winked at me, then tapped his
Hello
toe,
everyone,
said,
how
"Come
are
on, Kimmy,
you
let's
today?
steal the
I'm
show."
super excited to be back with you doing a hop with the Paper Sisters. And the Paper Sisters hop this month is hosted by Leslie Pico, Mermaid Cove Studios here on YouTube. Joining us, we're the Paper Sisters. I'm so excited. I had so much fun with the theme for this month's hop. We come to you, oh my gosh, every second Saturday of the month. And we're going to be doing this for a while. And so we're all taking turns hosting and coming up with a theme. And so, and thank you so much for hopping along with us today. Today's hop theme is Gingerbread Hot Cocoa. And I just think that was such an inspiring theme. And so you get treats. And I mean, you could go into Valentine's with this theme. This is kind of I don't know if we said it was Christmas or if it's just gingerbread theme. So I just exploded with gingerbread. And so I have this fun hot cocoa pouch because it is gingerbread hot cocoa. And so I pulled out all my gingy stuff, and this is a KF's Crafts die and also KF's Crafts Sentiments die, Shadow Words. Oh snap. And it's the gingerbread, and being Christmas, I felt festive and decided to use the green metallic cardstock. Can you tell I'm super excited, so practically stuttering today. And then inside here I have this Gingy Kisses tag. And here is the gingerbread spice hot chocolate. And oh, let's see who makes it. Oh my gosh. Double Donut, I believe is the name. Yeah, right there. Double Donut. And so I am actually going to do the tutorial today how I made this hot cocoa pocket. And it was inspired by the KF's Crafts one. I couldn't get it in time for this hop, the die set, and it is available on Amazon. And I thought for those of you who don't have the die or have minimal crafty supplies, that even you could make a fun hot cocoa pouch. So I have that tutorial I'm going to do with you real quick. And first I'm going to share all of the rest of the projects that I was inspired to make in case you do have dies. You know, it is treat themed. So here is this treat bag that is the My Crafting World Anna die set. And I've used a KF's Crafts gingerbread to cut out the opening, the window. And that same die, here is the cutout that came from the bag. And I have made a Scrap Diva charcuterie board and used the KF's Crafts sugar and spice. I have the My Crafting World Anna gingerbread memory decks card. I've used the KF's Crafts Sweet Stuff Shadow Sentiment and a Prima flower. I've used some pink festooning and I even layered up the pieces so that they would pop out just a little bit more. So I did a lot of die cutting with that one. And then I followed, well, I didn't follow tutorial, but if you follow Tiffany Crafting Like a Boss McGill here, she is a part of today's YouTube hop. And she is, now I bet this Velcro won't stay on. No, that's okay. So she has lots of tutorials and even a book on how to make boxes like this. And I usually, these little flaps are on the bottom, but anyway, I have a macchiato coffee in here. And sometimes you just want a cup of coffee with your gingerbread. So let me put these back real quick. And then in my stash, my crafty stash, I have this KF's Crafts. This is from a few years back, and it's a little cookies theme. And I made this shaker bow. I made this little poinsettia, and I used brown paper since it's gingerbread theme. It reminded me of gingerbread, so gingerbread flower, and a huge rosette that I received from Ebony, the crafty girl. And then here is this side, and you'll see Debbie, I made this a while ago, and I saw pictures of some projects that reminded me that Debbie and I were on the same crafty wavelength. So I used from this die set, there's the cookie cutters that look like, cookie cutters. They're cookie cutters. And I've used pops, and I thought it looked like frosting and had some fun. This is a gable box, and it is a, oh my gosh, what brand die set? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm not real happy with the closure. Look at this. This is all you get to hold close the box, so you pretty much have to glue it. So I left it open, but it is a big box, and inside I have a recipe book that I made real quick, punched out, used the sentiment gingerbread, and added some index cards, and just thought it would be really cute for a quick little recipe book. And then I made this large shaker tag with an oval style die set that I have, more gingerbread poinsettia flowers, and Prima paper, and some fun trim, festive. And now, if you would like to make one of these hot cocoa pockets, stay tuned and get your paper and glue, and let's make one together. Okay, to make this hot cocoa pouch, you will need a piece of cardstock, 8.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So 8.5 by 6.5. All right. And you're going to score it a 1/2 inch on one side. Rotate it once, 1/2 inch on the other side. And then on the 6.5 inch side, oh, let me get that measurement. I totally forgot to get that measurement. Okay, like I said, you're going to cut an 8.5 inch piece of cardstock by 6.5, and you're going to score it at 4 inches. And my paper cracked. You're going to do that at 4. Okay, and then if you can see on mine here, we have an angle. And you're going to line up your paper, and you're going to go 1 inch in and mark. And you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to mark it at 2 inches. You're going to take your scissors, and you're going to cut those little hash marks. Like so. And then you're going to cut it, so it really didn't matter that the paper cracked. because we're going to cut it off. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold our crease marks. And then you're going to cut some little angles. And then this bottom portion we're cutting off. To the other side. So here's where we are so far. And then this side, you're also going to come down 2 inches and cut that off. Whoops. All right. And then at this point, you can use your favorite tool to cut the corners, round the corners, and that's what I'm doing. Whoops! Oh my goodness, sorry about that. So take your favorite corner tool and decide how you want your corners. Okay, there we go. And now let's get our glue. Okay, and at this point you can measure and you can come up with some layering pieces, or you can do this in printed cardstock. And I also recommend cutting a little angle on this bottom corner as well. So here is how your piece should look. Okay, and now you're going to flip it over, line it up, and you're going to match it up and glue your pieces. And anything that's hanging over, you can fix that right now. It's because there is no flap, no glue flap. So after you've lined this up and glued it, anything that is exposed you can trim off. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue the bottom 1/2 inch flap and the glue to the side inch flap. And all you have to do is fold it over and use something to get that on there really good. And there we go. And like I said, you can just totally clean that up like so. And then you decorate and you're good to go. Voila! That's it. Super easy, super cute. And you can even, if that bothers you, then just go down even a little bit more. You can even round that if you want to. But there we go. And it's, whoops, perfect for a, oh my goodness, everything's falling. And there we go. All right. And then you've got yourself a little pouch. And since the cocoa does kind of extend out a little bit, I kind of like having that little piece right there. And, you know, you're just going to decorate it and do what you want with it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. And this is the Paper Sisters YouTube Hop, the Gingerbread Hot Cocoa, and Gingerbread Hot Cocoa. All right, watch everyone's videos. I have the links below for all the participants. We have Tiffany Crafting Like a Boss McGill, Leslie Pico, Mermaid Cove Studio, Kimmy, Salty Beach Scrappers, Debbie Adams, Curating Memories, myself, Treasures of a Crafty Mind, Denise Abate-Smith, and we have Kim Hurd from Trace Jolie Kit Club, and we are the Paper Sisters. Have a great day. Bye.